This is a text from new head coach Ron Rivera to ESPN NFL reporter John Keim. It's a quote. Biggest thing is that we have to move forward from this and make sure everybody understands we have policies that we will follow and that we have an open door policy with no retribution. Plus, my daughter works for the team and I sure as hell am not going to allow any of this, end quote. Again, that is a text from Ron Rivera to our reporter in Washington, Mr. Keim. Now joined by Undefeated's Jason Reid live here on SportsCenter. And Jason covered the team for The Post as a beat writer and a columnist from 2007 through 2014. So that is within the realm of these accusations. Jason, what more can you add to this story that we just heard tonight?
Well, unfortunately, none of this is surprising to me. During my time as a beat writer and columnist covering the team basically every day, you hear things, and you have to understand that there's a culture there that these things were allowed to happen in. And I'm not saying that the people at the top all knew. I can't say that. But when you hear these stories, and a couple of the things in that report are things that I had been told, previously when they occurred, you say to yourself, well, these things are happening and someone has to be held accountable for it.
Especially to your point, when it's been going on allegedly for 13 years. Again, Jason, you've been there for a very long time in D.C., currently covered the team for those 7 years. And as I said earlier, Alex Santos and Larry Mann recently fired, and then Larry Michael, the longtime voice of the Washington Redskins, he has suddenly retired. What does that say to you?
Well, Sage, clearly, as the Post laid out in this reporting, they presented what they had found through their reporting to the team, and these things had to occur. That's what the team obviously felt. They couldn't move forward with these individuals. And I think that when you talk about where this organization is right now, this isn't a horrific story. There's just no way around that. And a lot more is going to have to be done for this organization to really, truly move forward.
It's interesting because quite often when you hear allegations like this, really in any business, any industry, usually maybe those accused are suspended, put on temporary leave, but these three men were fired, two of them fired, one suddenly retiring. As for Daniel Snyder, obviously he's come under a lot of fire recently with all of the controversy surrounding the name change. He's finally agreed to do so, and now this. How do you think this impacts Daniel Snyder as we speak?
Well, Sage, I think that in the post-Me Too, there's no way the NFL can just allow this to stand, this Washington Post report. I believe that the league will have to investigate this situation. And Sage, let me be clear about this. I'm not saying that Daniel Snyder countenanced this. I'm not saying he in any way supported these things happening, but these things happened on his watch. So if I'm the NFL and I'm other NFL owners, this is a problem, and it must be dealt with, and it must be looked into by the NFL.
Once again, over a 13-year period, 15 former Redskins employees, all women, accusing the team of sexual harassment and verbal harassment. We shall see how this plays out. Again, breaking news within the last hour here on SportsCenter. Jason Reid of The Undefeated with great reporting for us. Thank you.